I'm going to give you shit about it. You know that, right?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. Something happened.
It happens every week. We're fashionably late.
That's all right. You got to be. That's what you got to do. You just go when you're ready.
Fashionably late is good. Think about it. If if we're going to make an entrance, we got to make an entrance, and
Right.
everybody knows the person that comes late.
Well, that's right, because they remember. That's why you do it. Everybody knows that's why I'm late. Why I'm late in different places. If I got to go to a meeting, I'll go late. Why? Because they need me there, and they ain't going to happen until I get there. So they wait for me.
What's going on, bud?
We got stuff going on. We're here. You're looking at us right there. See, that's it.
Hi there.
I think I don't know. I think old Tex, I think his studio suspension is just about done, so he may be back one day.
We'll see about that. We got to work on him.
Got to work on something.
Got to work on something.
Got to work on it. Got to work. We got a lot of stuff going on today. Those of you out there in watching land.
Yep.
Those of you that are watching, and those of you that are enjoying the theater of the mind.
Well, you don't have to see how good looking we are. You can just tell in our voices.
Just listen. That's what's good. You just subscribe on the iTunes or the Google Play or the YouTube, because you can subscribe to stuff.
See, that's a good thing. We were both told that we had voices for radio. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I don't know. That's what I was curious about that. It sounds kind of.
And I tried to Google it, and it doesn't really come up with much.
No.
It showed a picture of Howard Stern. Like I said, I don't know. He makes, $500 million a year? So if that works, it works for me, too.
I don't know how it works, but it does work.
Oh, Lordy.
Would you shave my coin purse?
This what?
Tex is not here. We can't. I
going
wouldn't
on in
expect
there?
that out of him today.
Golly.
Oh.
Doing something. I don't know what's going on. That's what happens when you get when you have to get your glasses. Somebody on the chatterboard over needs to get their glasses. Maybe not. Maybe
She needs to get her glasses. Poor girl.
Do not get your glasses.
Yeah. You don't need your glass. How does she need her glasses to read? Well, to read, I understand. Let me tell you about it. How does she need her glasses to listen to us talk?
Are your glasses half empty or half full?
Well, it depends if you got a lens knocked out or not.
If you got to listen to, if you're watching us, you're gonna need it half full.
Well, no, you're going to need some of this.
Some shine on
Some
right there.
moonshine. I might have to crack one of these opens for the night's over.
You're gonna have to do some testing there. Test it out.
Old smoky moonshine.
Check it out. That's what everybody always asks. Well, we've got some junk we're gonna send you, and that's just people want to send junk. So you just go on the website, look at the address there, and whatever kind of random stuff you want to throw in the mailbox, you do it. Right? That's how it works.
And you know what? We will give you our unbiased opinion of your product.
And that is true.
Like the moo call. Moo call was successful.
There we go.
It's a very odd look from the neighbors when they see you trying to
put it on.
A tail ring.
Are you wearing it? You wearing it?
It's a tail ring for my cow.
You walk around when they don't know what it is yet. They're gonna be like, "What in the world is that guy doing?"
So and then moonshine. We never got our air though.
And that's the deal, though. We don't. People always ask about product show stuff like that. Anything you see on the website, anything we've got on the website is stuff that we've either checked out or whatever that we approve of. Because if we don't approve it, we're not going to tell you about it. Because why would we tell you about something that we didn't like? We're going to push it on you.
Oh, no. Trust me. If I don't approve it, I will be telling you about it. I'll be telling you how bad it sucked.
And that's what happens. There's a handful of products that you never knew about.
They never made it to the show because they're that bad.
You know, I had one company get mad. They was like, "Well, we gave this to you for free to try it out." I said, "Yeah, I did try it out, but it wasn't worth telling people about because it was terrible."
You don't have to tell me because we left it at the other studio.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody else wanted it either.
it's still there.
I remember because I even looked at it and went, no. But there was that one that
one time at band camp.
Yeah, one time at band camp, and we tested that great whiskey.
Yeah, that wasn't so great, and that's why you don't know about it.
It burned my nose hairs, and I'm a whiskey person. When
snort
it burns my nose hairs, and it burns like the top layer of skin, and your tongue and your throat, then there's a border between drinking acid and drinking whiskey.
Oh gosh!
So what's this about you being a Pokemon champion?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering about.
Have you paid any attention to that phenomenon?
Oh, that's
God, do you think I've been drinking that moonshine already? I might have. You never know what's in this bottle.
But yeah, people are going crazy over that. I don't know if that's the new Angry Birds. I think the Angry Birds, people playing that bird game for a while. But see, I never played the bird game, so I didn't get it.
Candy Crush. Do you remember the video game Candy Crush? It's still where you go through and you try to line the candies up and they all crush. That is like the top game right now on Google Play, Apple, and all those. It's been like the top game for a year or two. This actually knocked them off the top shelf. It dethroned them. It's like one of the highest grossing games and the quickest grossing games. And it has a good side to it because it gets the kids out. They're outside walking around. You know, I saw a thing the other day. You know, they used to say, put down the Pokemon and go outside and play.
Yes.
Now it's like, put down the Pokemon and come back inside because kids are using the GPS walking around. Of course, now there's always somebody who finds a negative way to turn around. They were going to these locations where they're supposed to be getting these Pokemons and robbing them. But I heard on the business network last night because we actually pay attention to business news also here.
Oh, yeah.
Businesses were able to get with the corporation that does Pokemon, and for a small fee, they can have stuff dropped in their location via GPS. So people are drawn to their business to collect these virtual creatures or whatever. I don't know. I'm in my 40s. I don't play this damn game. But one business, they said they have one time of the year that's their busiest time of the year, and that is 4th of July.
All right. That passed.
Their business has increased 75% for the last 5 days. So they've had 5 of their best days in a row ever because of that game. And he made an investment. Guess how much?
How much?
Take a guess.
$1 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
$10.
What?
$10. That's all he paid. $10. They dropped these things
All right.
on the GPS location, the latitude and longitude of his business. It drew people into his business, and he's made 1,000-fold back on his investment.
That's a good idea.
Heck yeah. So I'm thinking about trying to drop some Pokemons at some rodeos coming up.
Ooh, that's brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you.
Actually,
that was my wife's idea, but I'll take credit for it.
There you go. Why not? And that's been crazy. These kids just I don't get it.
I don't either. And it's not kids though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but that's the funny part. It's all adults. They're all old. I don't say old. Yeah, I'm old too, but I mean they're 20s.
Yeah, it's
30s.
kids like in their 20s. I would say they're mid-20s, like 27 and below, because I think that hit when they were in that age, that big thing. Now, if there became a Atari Go or a Nintendo Go, Frogger, hey, Pac-Man, I could see us being in the middle of that. But this is not our generation. I thought that was a quick fad, like Hello Kitty or something like that. But I guess it's not.
I guess not.
Speaking of kitty cats.
I got a fun fact for you up here.
Okay, what do you got?
Kitty cats. one of the guys that used to operate the boards on the show a couple years ago is a avid Pokemon hunter. And
Really?
he got jumped last week hunting Pokemon. And they beat him up and stole his bike and his phones.
Phones.
So however many Pokemon he captured, he just lost because they captured them all.
And his bike, was it like a bicycle or was it like a motorcycle?
I'm thinking bicycle.
Like bicycle.
Pedaling.
Peddling.
Peddlers.
You know what? I feel bad that he got his butt kicked, but yeah, I don't feel sorry for him.
There is a story about it. If you read the story about it, the story is, I think, in the Dallas Observer online. But yeah, that happens, and it's just and it's no different than anything else with these kids and their phones, whether they're on Facebook and Twitter and whatever else. They're just walking, staring at the phone like this, not watching where they're going, what they're doing. There was a kid in the news yesterday that stepped on a copperhead in Louisville.
Really?
They were at the park walking around, stepped on a copperhead, got bit in the foot, I guess.
I wonder what that would be called. I wonder if that was a monster.
I don't know.
Is that a 3D monster? Did it come real?
Did he get points for that?
That would be the thing. If he got points for it, that'd be awesome.
I think he should have got bonus points for getting bit. Because if he got bit, he should at least get bonus points, right?
Or whatever he should have won the damn game at that rate.
He should have done something.
All right, so what else we got going on? What's some stories we got coming up?
Well, we got stories. I guess we do.
We always got stories.
I don't know what we're going to get.
Stories.
I hate harassing these folks every week with these stories that we never talk about. It's like, wait and read the next day and see if we mention anything about whatever we're going to say. But because there's too much stuff is going on in the short amount of time we have to tell you. So that's what happens.
We always run out of time, unfortunately.
We are going to talk about some bulls. We're going to talk about some PBR bull. Something. We're going to tell you a little bit of something about that. Somebody's working on some PBR bulls. We got some bulls that we're running. We're going to get into that briefly. China is scared of ghosts. Did you know that?
They're superstitious to start with.
Are they scared of ghosts? So we're going to. One of the good stories I got that we got to get to this one because they done ask about it and teased it on the Twitterverse. Smoking brisket or not?
Mm-hmm.
Evidently, these folks did not pay attention to our grilling tips previously on the previous shows where we talked about barbecue and grilling. Apparently, they missed that. So we're going to get into that. We mentioned Hell on Wheels last week. Well, it just so happened a story popped up not about Hell on Wheels, but similar to Hell on Wheels, and it's about the Olive Oatman. And Olive Oatman is if you don't know, she's a pioneer girl that got marked, became the marked woman, and there is a character on Hell on Wheels that portrays her, but the character on Hell on Wheels is not her real life, if that makes sense.
Yes,
it's a character, but we'll briefly mention that, I guess. And cows and movies. We got cows and movies.
Cows and boob. What'd you say?
Cows and movies.
Cows and movies. Holy moly! I thought you said something else.
What's your donkey smoking?
A cigarette.
We're gonna tell you about that.
Yep.
There's a video. I don't know if I'll show the video, but we'll show something. We're gonna talk to. There's a good possibility. I always gotta put that in there. It's a good possibility. Because that's what happens with a live show. When you're a live show, anything's possible and nothing's possible. So there is a possibility. We're going to be visiting with Zack Oaks, ERA bull rider. I'm going to talk to him today at some point. And
yeah,
that's what happened.
Yeah.
They're wearing that out on the thing. Yes, if you go, there is some guy on the Pepper Stewart Show Facebook page. If you go look at it and watch the video, there's a guy out there. He was the 1942 world champion, 2-time I think world champion, Pokemon master. So you need to go check that out because they're talking about it over there in the chatter board there.
Are you what?
You just got to see the video.
There's a world champion.
1942 world champion.
Wow.
2-time world champion.
2-time world champion.
Dose.
Dose.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
What the deuce?
That's right. Oh my gosh! All right, what do we want to do? We want to talk about some stuff. Or
Let's talk about overseas. Always overseas is always good.
what do you got going on overseas?
Well, you want to talk about donkeys?
Hee haw. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
You got a donkey doing what?
A donkey was filmed smoking a giant cigarette. Now, I don't know if this was on a Wednesday and at 4:20, or if they only smoked this cigarette at 4:20, but in China, a donkey was filmed smoking a cigarette, air quotes, right, being held up by the nostril by its owner in China. So if its owner's in China, then we know it's not Cheech and Chong. Oh, Lordy. He sounds like he's enjoying that.
Oh yeah.
So the video shows a man holding up a rolled cigarette containing firewood, wink wink, up to the nostril of the donkey. It appears to be undisturbed, blow smoke out from the other nostril. So he's kind of doing like that half dragon, in one, out one. Right. The man that
Clever shrew.
The man said the donkey enjoys smoking, and he rolls a cigarette for the animal to calm down when it becomes agitated. Now,
What's the donkey got to get agitated about?
I don't know, but
Is he-
who else do we know that might roll a cigarette when they're agitated to calm down?
Who could that be?
Let's ask. Oh, he's not here. Never mind.
You get me my cheese whiz, boy?
So that's in China. So China got a smoking donkey.
In China. In China, right?
China. Actually, I would say the name China. It's something like what is it? Xinjiang Ginsu Knife Providence or something like that.
I have no clue about that.
Yeah, dude, I can't spell this thing. Hell, I can't read it, much less spell it or pronounce it.
That happens sometimes.
Yeah, because the Z's are something, and then that makes it sound like a win when it's not a win.
Could be a loss.
Yeah. Sure. Anyways.
All right, so if you're talking about China, what else we got going on in China?
Ah.
How about this? What do you got? You got Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters in China.
I ain't afraid no ghost.
No goats or no ghost?
Ghost. That's kind of old, I guess you'd have to be.
To be scared of some goats?
Yeah.
All right.
When did that movie come out originally? Do you remember?
A long time ago.
A long time ago?
I think in the 80s. I'm not for sure. But anyhow, Ghostbusters. What is going on in there? What's a racket? All right, Ghostbusters. Goatbusters right here. If there's one way to get some free advertising, this is the way to do it. Make up a story and put it out there. So that's what they did. So Ghostbusters is unlikely to be let loose in China due to its supernatural theme. It hadn't even been screened for the Chinese censors yet. So they didn't even had a chance to censor it. They ain't even seen it, but they're pretty sure they don't want it. Or do they? Because their censorship laws firmly suggest the existence of supernatural can be banned from distribution. Exceptions are ghost stories based on Chinese mythology or films which are the supernatural is explained by a realistic rationale, right?
Rationale.
That
Yeah.
doesn't even make sense.
No. But did you hear what their if it does get accepted in China, do you know what the name of the movie is going to be?
What are they gonna call it?
Superpower Dare to Die Team.
Who the what?
Superpower Dare to Die Team. Now, that must sound really cool in Chinese and Japanese and all that good stuff, but yeah. Superpower Dare to Die Team is what it's going to be called.
What are they gonna do?
I don't know, but they're not scared of no ghosts. But this is not the only movie. They had quite a few movies. Pirates of the Caribbean. A Dead Man's Chest was not allowed to be over there. And Crimson Peak was not allowed to be over there.
Oh, what?
Yep, horror movies. You got to love it. It's a gothic horror movie. China
What?
runs a quota on the number of American films allowed in its country. Yet China audiences have often been offered a lifeline for U.S. products by getting them smuggled in. Let's see. Last year, the movie Warcraft. You remember the movie Warcraft? It came out.
No.
Yeah, because it bombed at the box office.
I have no clue.
Obviously, it completely and totally blew. But it's based on a video game. It's an adaptation of a video game. It bombed in the U.S.
Battleship?
But it dominated the box offices in China.
Hold up. What am I thinking of Japan?
Yeah, that was Japan. Known locally as World of Magic Beasts. It made more than half of its $430 million revenue in China alone.
That's a good chunk of change right there.
Yeah, just for a little old island.
Who was in that movie?
Kathy Bates.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, she had a sledgehammer and she beat people's knees and stuff.
That happens sometimes. If they act up.
Oddly enough, the film Ghostbusters coming here. The film has received generally good reviews, but has been hit by a wave of criticism. Those who were annoyed that the idea of an all-female Ghostbuster cast.
So are they saying that females can't hunt ghosts?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, I don't think it matters, does it?
Well, well, I'll tell you, it brings up this question. Remakes. How many great movies from the 70s, 80s, and even 90s have been redone, and they've sucked?
Yeah, what really, I think the last one, I think the one that really broke me on watching remakes and going and watching that stuff was when they did the Dukes of Hazzard movie. That was terrible.
That had the blonde in it, right?
Terrible, yeah.
That was the only best part of the entire movie, right? Of course, I don't even remember. Jessica Simpson.
Yeah, that movie was awful.
Nobody should have ever redone Daisy Duke, even though she gave a hell of a run at it. But still, why would you take such a good movie? And you got to think about it. Ghostbusters was a classic. It was a great movie when it came out. It had Slimer or Booger or whatever his name was. Now, what are they going to do now?
I have no idea.
It's the same storyline.
I don't know. I didn't see the first one.
You don't remember the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man?
No, I never watched. I was never a big fan of that. Of those fake movies like that. I like my movies to be more more realistic.
You want to talk about
almost happen, right?
Okay, so we're talking westerns then, right? So you're talking Lonesome Dove, Fistful of Dollars, the good, the bad, the ugly.
All right.
Right? Talk about a poke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
No,
Sounds
not
like
Pokemon Go, but
Sounds like prison action.
I wonder if they have baggy pants.
Probably.
Oh yeah.
It's funny. This show is the same time. This show films live the same time every week, and these dang phones on both sides of this room keep going off over here.
People don't think we're on a TV show or something.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah, it's like zzz, 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 zzz. At the same time every day, we're doing this deal here, and then the people, and that's another thing too. When the people either watch the show after the taping or they listen to it or whatever, they don't understand or get. They're like, what are they even talking about? What? Because this thing's live. It goes live. There's no editing in here.
No.
Do you see the editor? He's over there. Hang on. All right. That's why it's right there. You're gonna get it. What you see is what you get, right?
Yeah, that's why when we have these wonderful little scripts that we're supposed to follow, half the crap's not even on it that we've already talked about.
That's why I tell people
It just flows.
I say when you watch the show, I said it's worth every penny.
Yeah.
It's worth every penny to watch.
Every penny that we get paid.
Of course, it's free.
Yeah, it's free. Guess what's Debbie Downers there? Debbie Downers.
Oh man.
So you're talking about free. Let's talk about something that's not free. Let's stick with the across the pond. It's not across the pond over that direction, right? What do we consider China and India and all that?
I don't know.
So, which of the Latin countries are you from? The one with the civil war, the one with the cocaine, or the one with the fancy hats?
Oh, you said China.
Well, yeah, this one here is in India.
Now it's like the Indians, like the la la la, or the Indian with a dot.
It would be the Indians with the dot.
Like the riding a horse, bareback Indian, or the dot Indian.
The dot Indian.
Okay.
Which you know what the dot stands for, right?
.com. Isn't that where .com came from?
God, I know where. Direct the emails to pepperstewart.com. That if I remember correctly, that signifies that they are married.
Mommy.
Yes, and they're probably a mommy also. Let's see here.
I thought I've seen little kids with dots on their heads. Are they married, or is it already arranged?
Well, if you have the stripe, I think it may be the stripe then coming down your head that shows you're married. I have some friends that are part. Well, actually, they're not part Indian. They are Indian, from India. Really cool. Of course, they're from Louisiana. So if you've ever seen a Louisiana that talks like Indian? And they talk like they're from Nolans. It's pretty funny. But that's a whole other story. And I'm probably going to get a nasty phone call later on from that one too. But so I'm trying to learn some of their good stuff. Okay. So this one here is from India. Now, what does India and cows and movies have in common?
Cowboy movies in India. Cowboys and Indians.
So
in India.
Okay, that wouldn't be a what is it? That wouldn't be a spaghetti. That wouldn't be a spaghetti western over there, right? So what would that be considered? A curry western?
Yeah, a curry western. Right?
It's a curry western. All right, a proposal has been sent to the Haryana. Of course, I'm saying
what?
Hernia. I'm saying this completely wrong. Government seeking to impose a 5% CALSIS.
So what?
CALSIS on cinema tickets in the state, in addition to the 20% entertainment tax that has already been levied. So, yeah, they've already stuck them for 20% on the tax going to cows, and now they're asking for a 5% more CALSIS.
And we got on this. We got on the ball in this deal, and we went over to India. That's why Tech's in here. We went him to go do an interview for us and ask the cows what was going on and how they felt about that. Now, if you speak cow, you know what they said. If you don't, well, that's on you.
Well,
you should know how to speak cow. You're in Texas.
You're in Texas. At least we thought you were in Texas. Unless you're in California working for Netflix and stealing our jokes. See.
Those turkeys.
So this proposal that was sent along is aimed at creating a separate corpus for the welfare of cows. Yes.
Their cows are on welfare.
Welfare cows. They're on cow stamps.
Yeah.
This is reported in the Times of India. The commission also wanted a 50% donation from the government-managed templates to be diverted for the safety of cows. The commission also wants to levy a re-one on whatever a re. I guess that would be like must be a penny or a pence or whatever on each bag of wheat, paddy, and other crop sources. Wheat, paddy, and other crops sourced from the state's masses. Senior officer also told
Mendes
that the Mandy proposal along could fetch, 100 something career.
Translation is terrible on this.
Whatever the hell their thing is, but obviously it must be a lot of money because it's 100 of them.
Big increase, guys.
100 of them annually. So it could be $100 million. It could be $100,000. This will also be enforced. Oh, wait a second. The cows are protected in a high priority list on the government with a 300-strong police force that was created in the purpose to protect these animals. But aren't cows are sacred in India, correct?
That's what I hear.
So I guess it's a sacred cow, man. They'd have a hard time if they came to Texas.
They need some stunt cows. I think I'm gonna work on that.
Stunt cows,
stunt doubles. We're gonna send them some stunt double cows. I think that'll work.
And you'd have the cow actor Gil.
That's right.
Or we call it that.
And then
Cow
I'll-
actor gutter udder.
And then
There
I'll
we go.
get my 1% of this deal.
Heck yeah, that's what I'm going for. I'm talking about that all the time.
Somebody, they're killing you on the chat board over there.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I am having trouble speaking tonight. You know, we started with 6 bottles of moonshine over there. Now we're down to 2. And here shortly, we're going to be down to 1.
I've got this big long story here, that olive oatmeal thing. I don't know if I can even read that much.
I don't know. I forgot my glasses.
All right. Now, we did throw something out there or did not. But here's the deal. Apparently, this woman did not pay attention to our cooking tips.
That we gave out last week.
Yes, we gave out our cooking tips last show or 2 or 3, just whichever one you land on. Anyhow, firefighters controlled the flames in a North Knoxville apartment. Okay, apartment. Write that down. After a woman tried to cook brisket in her bathtub Monday night. Knoxville Fire Department, the captain said, This is not a safe practice, and over 50% of residential fires involve cooking. Now, her next door neighbor said they were taking a nap when they smelled smoke in their apartment. They went next door to see what was going on, and she sat in her apartment just casually as the smoke was pouring out. Said the guy next door.
She's smoking. She's smoking it. It's part of the deal.
So the crew responded to this fire here on Monday at 6 in the p.m., and a woman was found fanning smoke from the residence because she was trying to cook the brisket in her fiberglass bathtub.
Oh. Where was this at again?
Knoxville.
Tennessee.
Possibility. Tennessee. Tiff over there.
Tennessee? No. That couldn't have been TNTF.
Now,
I think she would have made her husband take her out to dinner.
it gets better than that. There was an open flame at the bottom of the tube, along with the wire rack. The brisket was on the upper edge of the rack, and the tub was melting. Crews used the shower head to put out the fire.
Just turn the water on.
Just turn on the water. Come on.
Oh, Lordy.
So they just turned the water on and put out the fire. All right, now I'm getting lost there. That's why I don't read. All right, let's see here. Toes melting, blah, 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 blah. Reno said the smoke made him very nervous because his 2-week-old son was in the apartment at the time. So the instinct to get him out, what they're trying to do is make sure everybody's okay. While this was happening upstairs, the residents who lived directly below the apartments was overwhelmed with smoke as well. And their bathroom had some water damage.
Because obviously it melted, or the floor cracked at the bathtub.
People who lived there said the smell is still really bad, even 2 days later. But everybody knows you cook your brisket in the kitchen sink. The bathtub is for ribs and chicken.
There you go.
So she messed up.
That's
So word to the wise: do not cook a brisket or try to smoke a brisket in your bathtub in your apartment, especially if it's fiberglass. Now, if you had a one of them old steel tubs,
Oh, yeah, an old steel tub, even fine.
that would be perfect. Now, I don't know if maybe she was watching a movie on TV and saw somebody cooking like that in an old steel tub or something. Thought, you know what? I can smoke this brisket in my bathroom.
Oh, Lordy. Well, at least we know Knoxville's keeping it real.
That's a good idea. I'm going to try that.
You know, the thing is, if she's smoking, she started smoking at 6 o'clock in the evening. What time were they planning on eating? Like midnight?
I guess maybe they were cooking it for the next day.
Oh, yeah, okay. It's like, wow, that's an uneducated smoker there.
You know what? And also, too, it was on a Monday.
Monday.
Should you cook that like Friday?
Yeah, that's
Thursday.
That's a Thursday, Friday,
Yeah.
even Saturday afternoon for a Sunday brunch thing. You would think. I wonder how much beer they had drinking.
I don't know, but I'd like to see video footage of that.
Yeah. Or I was wondering if she was smoking a cigarette.
I wonder if that donkey was there.
That would have been interesting.
That would have been.
He'd been laughing probably. Somebody trying to taking a puff pass.
Yeah. That's what happened. That's what happened. Let's what else do we have in here? I don't even know what we got.
I bet a man was gored in the leg.
Yeah, that happened too. What happened with that guy in this leg?
So you've always heard of the running of the bulls, right?
Running of the bulls.
Yeah, running of the bulls. So one man was gored in the leg, and 7 people treated for minor injuries in the 7th running in this year's running of the bulls and San Fermin Festival in Spain. Yep, which featured a few runners from overnight. I guess it rained that previous night, so the streets were pretty wet and covered. It's a 875-meter sprint from the pens in Pompelo's bull ring. Specially bred bulls. I wonder what kind of specially bred bulls those are.
Is that Pamplona?
Pamplona? Yeah, but what kind of bulls would those be?
Those would be Spanish bulls in Spain.
Spanish bulls. So they're not like crossbred Corrientes or anything, right? So basically, they're Mexican fighting bulls. They're running through the cobble streets of the central part of town over a 9-day festival. So obviously, it didn't work out very well for some of the runners this time around. Being chased by these big old fighting bulls with red scarves. Running on wet cobble street roads.
That's funny.
Yeah, but the thing is, the run is not very far. It only takes 2.5 minutes to run this.
Yeah.
You would think it would take a lot longer than that.
Well, you would think so. Especially them guys are probably scared to death too. They think they run a little faster than that. And that brings me up to this thing that I've been asked a million times, and I'm sure you got the same thing. People always ask, "You fought bulls. Would you run with the bulls in Spain?" And I always tell them no. Why would I want to do that? Because the problem is, I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about the slow guy beside me that trips me or falls down, because I'm going to get out of there. I'm going to move. I'm not just going to run a straight line. I'm going to, do something. But I'm not going to run with all these people and have them tripping and falling down and throwing stuff. And then what happens?
Yeah, no, I couldn't. My days of running with the bulls are over. I don't think you could. No. I would be the guy there with the phone, holding it up, live streaming it, and laughing and giving commentary. Oh, this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt. Oh, yeah, that left a mark.
Maybe we should find out and go do a live stream for the running next year.
We know they have the running of the bulls in the United States, but it's a little different.
Yeah, whole different deal.
They're not fighting bulls. They're actually bucking bulls, and the guys can't get hurt, and they got to wear vests and all that crazy stuff. So it kind of takes the fun out of it, but it's still the same premise.
Same ideal.
Yeah. What else you got over there?
I don't have any idea. Oh, man.
We don't have Tex here, so we can't make fun of him for an hour.
Yeah. No Sideshow Bob today.
No Sideshow Bob.
We need to call Zack Oaks at some point.
Well, let's call Zack. See if you can get him on the phone.
Let's do that.
If not, we might have to call Sweden.
Or Sweden. See, I still got the cattle rustling deal. Okay, I'm tired of carrying this story around. So
which one is it?
Now. Cattle rustling is on the rise.
Is it now?
See this? Cattle rustling is on the rise. Watch your cows, people. All right, what else we got? That story for 3 months.
If you're dumb enough to let your cows get stolen, then your fences are bad.
Check your fences. Keep an eye on your cows. Brand them. Make sure they're branded. Brand your cows. Put tags in their ears and check your cows every day.
Trust me, if they get stolen, they have to go to a sale barn.
Yeah.
That many cows have to go to a sale barn, and I guarantee there'll be an inspector there, and your brand comes around, he's going to go, oh, hey, wait a minute. That cow's stolen. And then they're going to shift it off to the side. They're going to put some handcuffs on somebody, and it'll be all good. You get your cows back. Hopefully they fed them well.
That's right. But if they're not branded, they're going to go through there, and nobody's going to know the difference.
Nope, they'll probably end up with a brand up on them. And
I talked to the brand inspector up there before, and he's standing there writing down every single number of everyone that comes through, what's got anything or not. And then if he does see something, he'll mark it and he'll write it down.
Really?
So you stand there all day staring down these cows.
Looking at a lot of beef.
Looking for markings, yeah. So you want to make sure you got your...
Imagine probably looking for fresh brands also.
Yeah, make sure you got some good markings. Make your markings good.
Clean, clear, the whole 9 yards.
Or 10 yards. So you don't get
10 yards, yeah. You just don't go that one. Don't be a quitter. Go that extra yard. go the extra yard.
Maybe they are imported bulls.
Wonder where they imported them from.
Well, they import and export, right? What time is it?
It is 41 past the hour. Or as they would say, it's 19 till.
19 till.
19
till the next one, right?
Yeah. On to the next one, old son, or young kid, or I don't know, whatever they say it is
It
nowadays.
says Granny Jones, I think.
Granny Jones.
I think so. Isn't that what it says?
Ah.
On to the next one, to Granny Jones' house for some milk and cookies.
No. I thought it was pow, pow, bang, bang, shoot 'em up John Wayne, but that's just me.
Nah. John Wayne was scared of horses.
Was he really? How about Clint
Yeah.
Eastwood?
No, Eastwood was all right. That's where that saying came from. That's where John Wayne's saying came from.
Which
Because
one?
he was scared to ride. That
Oh,
one
about
where being scared to death, but saddle up anyway.
Yeah.
He was scared to death. of
Courage.
horses. Yeah.
Yeah. Courage. I used to actually have that on my wall in my office.
He was chicken of the horses for a long time.
A chicken?
He was a chicken.
He was a chicken.
He was. And that's what happened to him.
Interesting.
Very. Or not. Hey, look at that. Look at that noise.
Uh-oh. I hear your phone ringing. We got to ask him if he's ever smoked a cigarette
Oh, man.
or shared one with the jackass.
I guess so. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, there you are. You are on the Pepper Stewart Show.
How are you, sir?
We're
Well, he called you sir. We've already started off on the wrong foot.
we are doing all right, or we thought we were anyhow.
Well, good. Good. That's a good start.
So what are you up to today?
Today it's another hot one down here in Texas where I was riding colts and shoeing horses today. Just kind of back at the grind, waiting for next week to get here. So go rodeoing again.
Well, that's a good deal. At least riding them colts will keep you in shape.
Yes, sir. I hope so. That's the plan, anyway. Or that's what I keep telling myself, at least.
All right. So what's the next big event you got coming up?
Well, we got Salt Lake City coming up next week. We got we got the Premier Tour, the ERA event Friday and Saturday, and pretty excited about this one. We got for the first time the ERA is putting on a qualifier series at the Days 47 in Salt Lake City, and those start the week before, well, a couple of days before the premier event, and it's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We get to see some of the younger up and comers that are trying to make their way on tour and get a spot for the finals here in Dallas. And so it's pretty exciting. It's an exciting time right now. We've all been busy trying to put it together, and it's it's a first time, so there's some kinks to be worked out, but everything's going along, and we're really excited. It's going to be a great week next week, and we're all excited to see how it goes.
All right, I think it'll work out. Now, as far as bull riding, have you always been bull riding, or is there any other rodeo event that you gave a shot at?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, bull riding's always been. I guess I could say it's always been my bread and butter. I used to ride bareback horses. I actually filled my permit in the PRCA in the bareback riding, and my dad rode bareback horses back in the old days, so it was kind of something that he pushed and he liked, and so probably up until I was about 20, I rode bucking horses too, and but like I said, the bull riding was always it was always there to pay the bills when stuff wasn't going right. I could always, well, not always, but I could usually count on the bull riding, to bring home the bacon. So, yeah, it's always been pretty close. That's kind of always been my main deal.
All right, well, that's good. That's good for you. Shoeing horses, training colts, riding bulls.
Yeah, it's been, I really enjoy. It's been really, really nice, this ERA tour and stuff. Just the home time. The home time's been fantastic. It's just something that we've that we've never got to experience before. You know, this is one of the first times I've ever been home with my family on the 4th of July, and or I say that where I haven't had a broken leg or something, you know, laid up being hurt over the 4th, and been able to spend time with everybody. It's been fantastic. This has been really good for everybody to, you know, I think it's the sport's going in the right direction. I think this is taken in the right direction where we can start acting like professional athletes and you know, being able to spend a little time at home. It's a hard way to make a living, and this has been fantastic for me, and I think everybody else too. I think everybody else that's been involved is thankful for it also.
Well, that's a good deal. When you're laid off and or laid up there at home or resting up, what do you find yourself watching there on the TV?
On the TV, well, it's election season, so we got a lot of Fox News playing around here, and that's probably, well, that's what's on right now. And so I try to keep up on my politics, and so we keep a lot of Fox News on around here. We like to keep up on the current events and the politics, and it's always fun to know what you're talking about when you get in an argument with a neighbor.
That always helps.
I'm voting for
Yes,
barbecue.
You're voting for Barbara Bush. What'd you say?
Barbecue.
Oh, barbecue.
Yeah, I'm voting for barbecue because I'm Krispy Kreme donut out. Though I got to go buy Krispy Kreme donuts tonight, so that's a plug-in. Krispy Kreme, give me some free donuts, please.
Oh man, so head up to Salt Lake.
So is it the Mormon Invitational, or what is it?
I'm sorry, say that again, sir.
I think it's Days 47, isn't it?
Days of the 47?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sure
Yeah,
is.
Days of the 47. I'm sorry, I had it confused with another rodeo that happens up there. Though that would probably be more entertaining.
Yeah, this is going to be the first time the Days of 47. You know, they decided to go with the ERA this year, and it's going to be a big production. We're really excited. I can't wait. I can't wait to get up there and watch this happen. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it should be. It's built up. You know, it's built up pretty good. So I think it's going to be a really good show. It's going to be a really good showing.
Yeah, yes, sir. I think so. We got a lot of good people working really hard to make it that way. So hopefully everything goes off. It's been a bit of a learning curve for everybody. This thing has, and but you know, the team that we got put together, just a bunch of awesome guys. I've never been around a bunch of more dedicated, straightforward, you know, just guys that want to move the sport forward, and it's been a pleasure to be around.
Oh yeah. So
let me ask you a question there, Zach.
Yes, sir.
Now let's really get down to the nuts and bolts about all this stuff. And we really want to know a little bit about you also. So our first question we're going to throw out here and say, what's your favorite ice cream?
My favorite ice cream? You know what? I'm pretty old-fashioned with my ice cream. I think I would probably have to say vanilla with chocolate topping. I mean, it's just it's hard to beat. You can't go wrong.
No.
So I'm an old-fashioned.
So is that
old-fashioned vanilla?
Basic vanilla or is that French vanilla?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Is that basic vanilla or French vanilla?
No, basic vanilla. No, the French is too fancy for me. It's like drinking French coffee. You can go too far with it. You know, sometimes you just want a cup of coffee.
Okay.
And it's about like having a bowl of ice cream.
All right, and then now we actually got we have a board here, so we got people asking questions, and we have somebody out of Tennessee that wants to know: are you a hot dog guy or are you a corn dog guy?
Oh, corn dog.
And then
I got it's kind of a habit that I picked up quite a few years ago. Actually, I was rodeoing with some guys up in the Northwest, and they had a habit of, you know, going to the carnival before the rodeo started and getting what they call a rodeo dog. And so I try to get one before I get on every time. I think it's just kind of a habit that I haven't been able to break. Good handmade, hand-battered corn dog is hard to beat.
I have to agree with you. I'm kind of a corn dog myself, or just corny, one of the two. I haven't figured it out yet. So now we got down. I got a follow-up question on the corn dog. Mustard or ketchup?
Ketchup.
See there, I like this
Ketchup.
guy.
Yeah.
Even though he's a bull rider, I like him. I like him already. Well, he used to be a bronc rider, so I'll take that too.
Okay.
All right, Zach. Well, man, we're up on the clock, and we appreciate you visiting with us and letting us know a little bit more about you and what you got going on and stuff like that. And you got any sponsor or anything like that you want to throw out right quick?
Well, yeah, there's, first of all, I'd like to thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate the time, and it's good to talk to you guys. And yeah, Steakhouse Elite. Those guys have been taking care of me going up and down the road, and I want to throw their name out there. Look them up, steakhouseelite.com. Some of the best meat, Kobe beef you can find. Look them up online. Check them out. Give them a try. I think you'll like it. Thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it.
All right, Zach. Well, thank you. We'll see you down the Rodeo Road.
All right. Yes, sir. Thank you.
So, a rodeo dog.
A rodeo dog.
I might have to. Well, I've had quite a few of those. A bunch of fairs and stuff I went to. I've always went and chased down the corn dog trailer myself, but I never referred to as a rodeo dog.
Well, now we do.
So that's going to be the new name. It's the rodeo dog.
That's going to be the new name of the Tex Travis. The rodeo dog.
Rodeo dog?
Yeah.
We're going to get him a T-shirt made up with him biting a corn dog?
Oh, he'd like that.
Yeah, he didn't. I don't think he caught my Mormon joke, or if he did, he just ignored it. He's good like that. I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think they've got them trained now on the media not to buy those. Excuse me, drinks.
Although they do let them know, they do let them know when they come on here. You have no clue what's going to happen because you got to think about it. These guys do these when they're on their different media tours or doing different interviews with different places and stuff. They're asked the same thing 15 times every time they do it, so it's in their head memorized already. It's just bam, 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 bam.
What's your favorite rodeo?
Yeah.
What was your most memorable ride?
Yeah.
What was your highest score?
We ain't worried about that.
I can care less. I go into pro stats and find that one in a heartbeat.
We don't need that stuff. That's what I tell people when they ask about that. And that's another thing they like about the show is we don't do that because 90% of the time, if you follow rodeo and you keep up with rodeo and you keep up with different associations and what's going on, you already know that stuff.
Right.
You already know it. But what you don't know is you don't know that he likes the rodeo dog.
I had the faintest idea that he liked corn dogs.
You can't Google that.
I'm glad you convinced me to ask that hard-hitting.
That's hard-hitting investigation. Oprah Winfrey ain't got nothing on us.
Nope. But that'll probably be on. If she ever had a show again, that would probably be one of her things.
I bet she would.
Yep.
Maybe she was going to put us on her network, too.
I don't know.
That's what somebody said one day. They were like, is there a channel that y'all are not on? I was like, well, a couple. There's a couple because one day somebody was like, yeah, I seen y'all on this one and then on this and I saw you on this. I said, hey, worldwide, man, that's what happens.
It's not our fault. It just happens.
Stuff happens. That's what I tell people. Stuff happens. All right, PBR. We got to get into our PBR.
All right, let's get into PBR.
PBR, which reminds me, I need to check in with the photography crew, our photography extraordinaire crew that we got, and see if one of them happens to be in Utah. We may have a presence in Utah. I'm not sure, but we'll let you know about that. Anyway, let's do some bull riding. We talked about bull riding. Let's talk about bull riding. PBR. Mm-hmm. Chad Berger.
Right.
Is adding another bull power, some more bull power. Really? He is.
What's he bringing to the table now?
Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor.
He's going to bring Pearl Harbor. He picked up, got Asteroid now. Now he's got Pearl Harbor. He announced that earlier this week, that he had finalized the purchase of Pearl Harbor that gives him another potential world champion bull contender heading into the second half of the season.
Okay, do we have a price that he paid for said Pearl Harbor?
For some reason they leave that off.
What are you thinking?
Oh, man, this got to be
6 digits?
Oh, it's more than that. I'm sure.
I don't think it'd be 7 digits. I'm thinking at least a solid 6 digits, probably 350, 400,000.
I'm thinking more than that. Way more than that.
Well, we got the connections. Why don't you just call and ask him?
You know why would do that? Where's the phone?
Just call him up real quick.
Where's my
Just
phone?
Is it dead? Your phone's dead. It's been ringing on.
What'd you do to it? All right. Anyway, we'll find out about that and let you know. But yeah, that's some big dollar bills, y'all. So that's what's going on with that.
I'd have to drink a lot more moonshine, which we're running out. I'd have to drink a lot more moonshine to have to write a check that big for a bull.
And you got to think, everybody knows what happened to Roy.
Or was it Roy? Mickey Mouse.
Roy. Mickey Mouse, he's passed too.
Right.
But Roy is the one that broke the legs. His legs broke.
Which one passed away the other day? Well, it's been about 6 months now.
That was Roy.
That was Roy.
All right. So you got to think, you're putting that a lot. But then you also have to make sure that you're up to date on your insurance policy.
Well, I was going to say, they're insured to the T.
Yeah.
I bet you. We're talking Lords of London insurance here. And then how much semen straws have they pulled before they jumped out there and did that? Because, they have to have a stockpile of straws sitting in some lab, most likely north of here.
Yeah, I was going to say, probably over. I don't want to say their name because never mind. Go ahead.
They're just we're
leave that out.
We're not going to give them any freebies, but
No.
north of here. So,
Oh, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll do that. I'll do that for them. I will. I will. We can say who they are.
okay,
They did let me use a semen tank for free
really,
to transport my not my semen, the bucking bull semen. But anyhow, they let me use their container to haul it back and forth, and didn't charge me for it. So Champions Genetics, check them out, look them up, Google.com.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, all right, continue.
Oh, I was just going to say, they make sure they draw enough straws and everything, so they have that in the bank because that's the money that would continue on the bloodline and continue on their breeding program. Because they're not buying a $500,000 bucking bull just to haul it down the road to let fans watch it on TV. They're buying that to increase their bloodlines and the genetics of that bull. So, of course, that would be the best thing to do. I'd be pulling blood samples. I'd be pulling semen samples. I'd be pulling everything, making sure that was taken care of. Before I cracked the first gate, I would be doing that.
Well, you got to. You always got to check up on your investment, right? That's like checking your portfolio.
Your portfolio.
Of course, you're checking it different way, but you're checking your portfolio.
Portfolio.
Cornholio.
I am the great cornholio. Give me tippy for my. Yeah.
Oh man, it's we just about run out of stuff. Not out of stuff, but out of time. Time is of the essence, as I've heard once or twice.
You know what though? I will be. Let's just be honest.
Let's what?
Be honest for a second.
I thought you were talking about Pokemon for a minute.
No. I've passed that one. I think tonight is the first night that we actually got through almost all our stories.
What?
Amazingly, I have nothing in front of me.
Oh, you know what?
But an empty bottle.
I still got this story on that woman with the painted face. But Hell on Wheels is not over yet, so it'll still be relevant next week or next show.
And that is on A&E or AMC. AMC Sundays.
AMC on Sunday. Oh, or maybe it's Saturday. I don't know. I watch TV on DVR all the time because I never have time to watch it when it comes on. So I'm always getting it off of DVR. So, but yeah, it does come on TV. It does come on TV.
Occasionally.
I think it's Saturday, or maybe I don't know.
Is it Saturday?
Or it might be Friday.
Well, that's the amazing thing of a DVR. You don't have to worry about it.
See, I don't even know when it comes on. Just Google it, right?
Google that thing.
Google is your friend. Look it up. That's something we had said a time or two.
Google that
Folks,
stuff.
look it up.
And also, you get a chance, Google the ERA, League of Champions. They'll be coming up.
Google.
They'll also be competing back here in the Mesquite Arena in wonderful Mesquite, Texas. Buck and Rank Bull Flanks. Go purple.
If you get the purple flanks, Was it 20% of the 20% of your purchases goes to Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's. Yep. Alzheimer's research.
Almost forgot. And then we also
That's sad. You know, I'm really good at throwing out really bad jokes, but you beat me on that one.
I was trying to remember. But we got a lot of stuff. What about the bronc riding? Where's the bronc riding going on?
We got 5 more rodeos this weekend. You know, we're less than 60 days.
60 days.
Left in the season. And we're less than 80 days before we have the Texas Bronc Finals at the Cowtown Coliseum, Stockyards, Fort Worth, Texas.
The finale.
October 2nd, 2 performances, 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock. Come on out. You're going to see 30 of the best bronc riders in the state of Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, and New Mexico going head-to-head for a ton, and I'm talking a ton of cash. But the big thing is the scholarship shootout. We're going to have 30 saddle bronc and 30 bareback riders that are all under the age of 19 competing for a ton of cash and scholarships.
Tex, we want to take pictures of that.
Yeah, unfortunately, we got some people that signed contracts, so Tex can't. But, you know, Tex, he'd probably be across the street anyways.
Yeah, so he ain't going to show up anyhow.
But, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a good deal. It's a good deal. You know, we got some great people that's actually joined. Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo.
What they do?
They have joined up with us. They are the official part of the Texas Bronc Rider Association. So we're happy to have the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo. Of course, it's going to be a bucking good time in February when the big pro rodeo rolls back into the Fort Worth Coliseum.
Sounds like a winner.
Oh, it's going to be great. Then we also got October. Well, by October, man, we got a big bull riding coming in October. It's going to be good.
Oktoberfest?
October, Bucking for Hunger.
Bucking Hunger.
Is it Bucking Hunger or Bucking for Hunger?
I think it's Bucking Hunger.
Bucking Hunger.
I think it's Bucking Hunger. It's Bucking for Hunger because it's for the one of the food banks.
Well, it benefits the food banks and everything.
Food.
I was like, now all that did is make me hungry and want to get Krispy Kreme donuts.
Donuts.
I wonder how moonshine and donuts taste.
Like a shiny donut?
You want some of my donut? Look at the time.
What time is it?
It's 3 after.
3 after what?
3 after the time, because I can't say the time because we don't know when this is going to be aired again.
Yeah, no.
or what time zone we're actually in at this current time. But it's 3 past the hour. That's what they say on the radio, right? 3 past the hour.
That is what they say. That's what they say.
But I'm running out of stuff.
You run out of stuff?
Yeah, and I've run out of moonshine. So I think we ought to call it a night. What do you think?
I think we're getting there.
We're getting there?
Don't forget about the East Texas Rough Stock Association has got their fall series dates are out there. So look it up.
They're on the Facebook.
They're on the Book of Faces.
Yep.
And as always, if you're always wondering for something to do, somewhere to go, something to see, all you got to do is go to Facebook. Get on the Pepper Stewart Show Facebook page and click on albums. There's an album there. It says upcoming events, and it's full of stuff. There's horse sales. There's bull ridings. There's clinics. There's all kind of stuff in there. Stuff to see, stuff to do. Don't forget about that. You'll find that in there too, so check it out. East Texas Rough Stock Association. I think it's easttexasroughstock.com too. I don't know about that, but if you Google enough, you'll find it.
You'll find it. Just get on the Facebook and you'll see it.
It's out there, right? Know what you tell them it's out there?
Yeah.
What else is going on? Anything else other than
that's it? I'm just.
I don't even. What did we even talk about? I don't even know what even happened today.
Well, let's see. We talked about the running of the bulls.
All right.
We talked about how China is scared of ghosts.
All right.
We talked about smoking brisket 101 and fiberglass bathtubs. Yep. We talked about the stoner jackass. Oh, wait a minute. We talked about a donkey that smokes
cigarettes.
Cigarettes.
Allegedly.
We talked about a cow tax on movie tickets.
Cow tax.
Yep, cow tax. We talked to Zach Oakes. Found out that Zach likes corn dogs with ketchup.
With ketchup. I can't do it, man. I can't do it.
I can. That's the only way I'll eat it.
I got to go with the mustard.
No, can't do mustard. Let's see. What else did we talk about? We finally got the...
What did we finally get?
We finally talked about the cattle wrestling issues that we have in Texas.
We did.
For about that long.
Yeah. Well, that was a lot of papers.
It was a whole lot of papers.
It was a lot of papers.
That was a waste of a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you roll it up, you can give it to the donkey and smoke it, and it's like multi-purposed information, right?
Right. We talked about Olive and Oatman, Hell on Wheels on...
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did. We talked about her. Hell on Wheels is on AMC Saturdays, 8 Central.
Okay.
There you go. See, like that. Hey, I'm pretty good. And that Buck for Hunger is actually on the 15th of October. Let's see. What else did we talk about? We talked about Texas Bronc Rider Association and some events and the finals coming up.
Yeah.
We've also talked about the East Texas Rough Stock Fall Series being published, and it's on the Facebook. Bucking for Hunger, October 15th, Cleburne. And everybody's going to go to the stockyards afterwards that night. So you can come join us all. We're going to be out in Cleburne for the rodeo. And we're going to have a good old time bull riding. We're going to have to be doing some commentary and interviewing some bull riders. We still have the barrel race.
Some kind of race.
Yeah. I think if we get enough people to vote to have Tex back and to run, he'll be running in a cheerleading outfit. And all the winnings off that.
Lord!
Yeah, hopefully he'll shave his legs. All that goes to the charity. And then we're probably going to be hanging out one night at the Mesquite Rodeo on a Saturday night, too, coming up. So it'll be pretty interesting.
Check it out. Look it up. Wander around. Do stuff.
Yeah. And we want to thank the people at Old Smoky Tennessee Moonshine for their White Lightning. It slightly burns, but just the first bottle.
Brian.
All right.
And that's all I got before I pass out.
That's all you got. I guess if you're looking for Daryl over there, just look up Texas Bronc Rider Association, because that's the only site I can tell you to go to.
That's all we got. And we're on Snapchat.
He's
Texas
a chat
Bronc-
snapper.
Yeah. I'm on there too. I think you just look me up. I think it's Daryl McElroy. And it's a pretty PG trap snapper, trust me. There's not going to be anything exciting. It's usually a bunch of bucking horses and pictures. It's about it. Instagram, we're Texas Bronc Riders on Instagram. And you can follow all our videos. We show all the highlights, and we do live feed at all our events, which is pretty good.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, one event, it keeps showing over and over, has 10,000 views. So I'm pretty excited about that one.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
A good deal. So check it out, look it up, and for everything else, wondering on about the show, just go to pepperstewart.com. That can direct you to your destination.